Good morning. This is my, do I say traditional walk? This is a walk that is full of memories, I'll tell you that right now. So I'm going over for my blood draw. It's the 29th, it's a Monday, 29th of October, it's early. Went to the Minnesota Vikings Saints game last night. That was not a good start. But I'm heading over for a blood draw, then I see Dr. Gertz at 10:45. So it'll be really interesting to see where I am right now, because I haven't been back here to Mayo, up at Rochester for 6 months. But it's been 6 months, so now we're gonna check and see how I'm doing. I feel pretty good, actually. And if you know you've been following me for a while, been really weak lately, like really weak. So we're also starting some neurological tests to find out if there's some kind of a reason for that weakness. In the meantime, I've been attempting to eat more. Doesn't always work. Been eating food that's probably not great for me, but that's what I'm doing. We're gonna find out some numbers today. We just took my heart rate and it was 91 over 40. So that's the lowest it's been. And I've been feeling it low too, so, but I haven't felt dizzy or anything, so I don't know what's going on. We're gonna figure it out.
Hi.
So we're walking out of the Mayo Clinic, and it's kind of a weird feeling because we both feel really good here. It's almost like home, right? It's a familiar place because I was so bad at one point, and we feel like the Mayo Clinic really helped me get to where I am today. So I'm very thankful for the doctors and what they've done here. Right?
Very much so.
So I only come here once every 6 months now, and the doctor is pretty happy with what's going on. We're just figuring out this muscle loss thing, and he feels pretty good about it. So anyway, good news so far. We're waiting for my numbers. All right, we're saying goodbye here at Mayo today. This is one of my favorite backdrops, Touchdown Jesus. It's not really Touchdown Jesus, but that's what I call it, from the Notre Dame days. But I always felt like I was getting healed when I saw Touchdown Jesus, so that's a good feeling. Everybody, just returned from the Mayo Clinic up in Rochester, Minnesota. Jennifer and I went up there for really a 6-month type checkup. I've been going to Scottsdale to Mayo Clinic every month for the last 6 months, and so now I went back up to Rochester, kind of the mothership, to get a live touch with the head doctors and all those type of things. So game summary, I work with this gentleman named Dr. Mayo Gertz, who's one of the most well-respected hematologists and specialists in amyloidosis in the world. So it's always a great feeling to connect with him and get his vibe. So anyway, on the numbers front, everything is pretty much status quo, which is good. My light chain proteins, which is the marker, if you will, that they look for that causes the disease. I started out at 16. Last month, I was at 2.74. Normal is 2.61, so I was a little bit over the normal range, which is still really good. This month, I was at 2.67. So I went from 2.74 to 2.67, which is still a small tick in the right direction, and still outside the normal zone, but just barely. But the great news is, from my perspective, is that I'm on this very low dose of this drug called Venetoclax, or Venetoclax, depending on how you want to say it. And so the balancing act is I'm close to normal, and they're happy with that considering where I was. And it's just that balancing act of how my body's responding to the healing serum that I'm taking. So like I said, the great news is that I'm only taking 400 milligrams of this drug, which is a very low dose. So we can kick it up all the way up. I think the limit is 1,400 grams. So about 3 months ago, I was doing 600 grams. No, I shouldn't say grams, milligrams, 600 milligrams of this Venetoclax. And I was just having some issues, body issues, soreness, loss of muscle, loss of tissue, and so we don't really know why. And I was talking to the doctor, Dr. Larson out in Mayo, who works very closely with Dr. Gertz up in Rochester. We decided to go down to 400 milligrams of this healing serum called Venetoclax or Venetoclax. So we were wondering how my body was going to respond. Is it going to start to go back up? But the great news is that I ticked down just a little tiny bit on a low dose. So they feel great about that. We're not where we need to be yet. I feel good about it because we're on a very low dose. The balancing act is how long can your body withstand this healing serum? I mean, am I going to take this forever? And the answer is probably no. That's the challenge with these healing serums, if you will, is they can cause damage to your body. So we're just figuring it out. I'm still having some issues with my body, soreness. Today's probably worse than the last week has been. We just had a 4-day trip to Minnesota. I was blessed to go see my daughter play a couple volleyball matches on a Friday and a Saturday, and that was tremendous. Just seeing her and her success and how she's grown as a young woman, her sense of self and her self-awareness is just incredible. So that was amazing.
Mustang parents, baby, it's family night. Woo! There we are, Southwest Minnesota State. Yes, yesterday beat the #1 team in the country. Today we beat whoever it was, Minnesota State
University.
Yeah, so exciting 1-2 matches. Having a great time seeing our beautiful daughter and a lot of really healthy food.
Parents' night.
Parents' night. Woo!
A lot of really healthy food.
See, went to the Vikings game. I was invited by Clancy and Rosie Barone. Clancy's the offensive line coach for the Minnesota Vikings. Unfortunately, I didn't even get a chance to see Clancy because we literally drove from my daughter's campus to the game and just came in and we sat with Rosie.
Hey, we just picked up the Vikings ticket from our supplier. Yes, we did, and now we're heading down to the stadium, grab something to eat, hang out with my beautiful angel, go see the Vikings. Saints. Who are you pulling for?
Come on, Vikings.
So we were disappointed the Vikings lost, but it was a really great experience. And we, in my life, I take those things, I live for those experiences because there was a day where I was just saying if I ever got a chance to do those things again, I was going to do them. So I just take advantage of all those opportunities, create those memories and those moments. Obviously seeing my daughter, going to the Vikings game, and it's a lot of travel, it's a lot of work. Obviously the Vikings game was entertainment, but it's an experience that I could have with Jennifer, and that was just incredible. So it was great to see Rosie, and thank you for the tickets, Clancy. Then went up to the Mayo Clinic. So I'm just sore today. I'm sore and I'm tired, and I just went out to dinner with Jennifer. She had some friends / clients in who. He was a speaker as well, and so I had to cut out early just because I'm not feeling my best right now. So I'm getting these crazy, strange pains in this area, and if I hadn't gone through what I've gone through, I would be probably dialing the emergency room right now. But I know that I'm not going to have a heart attack because I don't have any blockage. So it's just issues, pains. I don't know what's going on. I always think it's the amyloids are coming off my heart, and that's why it hurts. Could be lungs, I don't know, but I'm just not feeling my best right now. Yet, the overall picture is great. From my perspective, I'm out there, I'm doing my thing, I'm able to walk and talk and do my business. So that's the overall game summary. So numbers are solid. My emotional state is solid as always. My belief system is great. I believe I'm healing. I believe I'm getting better. Just clinically, the numbers are continuing to tick down in the right direction. My M-spike, which is a reading for the heart effectiveness, or actually M-spike has to do with, it's a heart reading, but it hasn't changed since April of 2017, or 2018, excuse me. So I'm still, it's 0.7, it was 1.1, so lower is better. So my heart has improved. And so the challenge with the amyloidosis is when you can kill the source of the disease, which is why I'm taking the healing serum, it stops the bone marrow from creating the rogue proteins. But there is no treatment to take the amyloids off the organs. So, that's what the people in my world, the amyloidosis world, and if you have amyloidosis and you're listening to this, you know that. So we are obviously visualizing that new treatments will be coming down as each year progresses, and we know that changes in technology and medicine are happening quickly. So I feel great today, and just believing that in the future we're going to have something else that's going to help take the amyloids off my heart, my GI tract, my nerves, my intestines, and so I can, get back to more of a normal state of mind. But I just haven't been feeling good in the last probably month, 2 months, just from a fatigue standpoint and a body soreness standpoint. And so today I just said, screw it, I'm gonna make it happen. So I went to the gym today and I walked on the treadmill for 15 minutes. Sounds not like a lot, because I was doing really well a month or two ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, and then it literally just dropped off because I was so sore and my body was so sore, and I literally felt like if I was on the treadmill that my bones were gonna pop out of my hip. I mean, it sounds so crazy, but that's just, I felt so fragile. So I've been feeling stronger the last week, but just today I'm tired, just probably from the travel, the planes, the hotel rooms and whatnot. So I'm in a great space, I feel good. Thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it. I know they're helping. I'm visualizing success. I believe I'm gonna heal, and I really thank you for all your good thoughts and your healing thoughts and your prayers for me. I really appreciate that, and I'm blessed that I have many people who are thinking about me. So if that's you, thank you for that. So those of you who are watching this who have amyloidosis, my message is just to stay focused on healing. Stay focused on where you want to go and how you want to feel, not how you feel today. So when I was going through my toughest times, I always just visualized and believed that I was going to get better, and every morning I acted as if I was waking up and I was healing. And many of you know I created one of the technologies. I don't know if it's a technology, it's a practice that I created. It's called SSP, Subconscious Success Programming, where I use a relaxing type music, and I produce these audios myself, and then I speak into the audio and I listen to it all night. So, I've been listening when I was at my worst. I was listening to these audios, walking me through the steps that my cells were healing, and every day my body's getting stronger. And so not only am I believing it and I'm thinking about it, but I'm hearing it all night as well. So again, if you're in the situation that I am in or was in, it's really about mindset. Obviously the healing serums, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the Mayo Clinic, no question about it. And I believe that your psychology has a lot to do with your healing. So again, if you're listening to this and you have amyloidosis or you're going through some challenges, just stay focused on healing, stay strong, and keep believing. So again, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Make it a great week.